Hello guys, and welcome to a Code Capsules deployment tutorial. And in today's episode, we're going to be looking at how to deploy a mint-state application to production on Code Capsules. And as you can see, I'm already on Code Capsules doc site, and I've opened the page for deploying a mint-state application. And a mint-state application is basically a MongoDB working together with an Express backend and an Angular frontend as one application. And to follow this deployment guide or tutorial, you'll need a Code Capsules account and a Github account, since Code Capsules deploys applications from Github. And Code Capsules has provided a boilerplate mint-state application that you can find on their Github account. And what we need to do to follow along is fork this repository to our own personal Github account. So let's do that right now. You want to click on fork here in the top right. And as you can see, it's now on my personal Github account. It hasn't quite finished yet, but yeah, it's done now. So let's move on. For the next part, you'll need an account with Code Capsules. So if you don't already have an account with Code Capsules, go ahead and sign up now. And I've already created my account. So you can see I'm already logged into my account. But if you don't already have one, you can click this link and go and sign up and log in. And further, next step, we have to create a space for your app. A space is basically an organizational tool for your applications to group your applications into groups belonging to one project or one tech stack. The choice is up to you. And Code Capsules provides every account with a default personal space upon account creation. So you can use that personal space or you can create a new one. The choice is up to you. And for the purposes of this video tutorial, I'm going to be using my personal space, a space that I created on my own, and you can choose the personal space or you can create another space and name it. It really doesn't make a difference. And the next step will be to link our Code Capsules account to our GitHub repository that we just forked. And for that, we'll need to click on the profile image in the top right and click on the GitHub button under GitHub details. So let's go ahead and action those steps. We are now on the profile tab and we want to click the GitHub button. It takes us to GitHub, and you want to select only the repositories that you forked, not all repositories on your account. And when you have selected the repository we forked here, click install and authorize. And as you can see, it takes us back to Code Capsules. Navigate back to your team if you have more than one team, and I'm going back into my space that I want to host my application in. Let's see what the next step is. So we'll need to add our repository to the team that we are working in, and for that we'll need to navigate to the team settings tab. So let's do that now. Go to the team settings and click modify. And you want to look for the repository that you recently forked and click add next to it, and then confirm your changes. So when this part is done, as you can see, the repository is now under the team repos. All the spaces or applications or capsules that are deployed within this team can have access to this repository. So navigate back to the spaces tab and back into the space where you want to deploy your application in. And now it's time to create the capsule. So we'll need to create a data capsule and a backend capsule, and a front-end capsule is not necessary in this case because the Express application already has the Angular front-end. So we only need two capsules for this. And let's go ahead and create our data capsule first. And we'll choose a MongoDB. Let's just wait for it to finish processing. And the product, you want to select the standard product. Click on create capsule. All right. So as it's finishing to build the data capsule, we can go ahead and create the backend capsule. And here choose the repository we forked and choose the including build branch here, and make sure the product is set to sandbox. So make sure you choose the including build branch here, not the main. This one includes the build already, it has already been built. So after choosing the include build branch, click next, leave the run command blank and click create capsule. Now the capsule is building your application, which is the Express backend with the Angular frontend. And I'm just going to pause this video and resume it when it finishes building. Okay, so the backend capsule is finished building now, and we will just check to see if the data capsule is also finished building. And yes, you can see it's live here. So let's go back to our backend capsule, and we want to link the data capsule to the backend capsule so that the backend knows how to connect to the DB. So for that section, it falls under the binding capsule section, and you want to navigate to the configure tab on the capsule page and click on bind here to bind the two together. So let's do that. As you can see, I'm already on the configure tab here. Click on bind. Okay, so after binding the two capsules together, you will see that there will be a new environment variable for database URL and the data capsule. And let's see what the next step is. We have to edit the database URL environment variable. So add this string to the end of it. It's for authentication purposes. And come here and edit your database URL environment variable. Just append it at the end here. And click on update capsule. And then toggle your capsule off and then on again. Alright. And just as a safety precaution, we can just check that it indeed saved our changes, and as you can see, it's still there. So that save worked. And afterwards, when this is done, we can now view the application. So we have now connected the backend to the database. So the next step is to view the application that we've just deployed. And for that, we can click the live website link here. And as you can see, our Angular application is running. Our MinStack application is running. And we can just test its functionality. You can write your name. It has been programmed to give you a greeting message and submit the name and to view the personal message. As you can see, it's now working. We have just used the create command and the read command to read the name that we saved to the DB, and we read it. So that's it, guys. You can go ahead and customize the repository you forked earlier in order to add more functionality to it, but that's basically the deployment video. And the scale tab here, you can come here to increase more resources. Let's say you have extended your application and it's now using more resources, or it needs more resources. You can come to the scale tab to add more resources for your capsule, and the logs tab is for you to monitor everything that's going, the traffic that's being received by your capsule or application. But that's it, guys. Till next time, take care.